We can start up early. We're not going to go live until 3:20 actually in LinkedIn live. However, we can do the pre-show here on YouTube, Twitch, TikTok, whatever it happens to be. You know, we're all over. We're doing things, and this is the magic of music. And we're
Yep.
here with Devin James, Flow
hmm
Therapy. How you
Flow
doing, man?
therapy. I'm good, man. It's been a chill
So
day. Yeah.
it's been it's been a crazy week. You know, we just thought this up. We just created this out of the clear
Boom.
blue sky. And I just wanted to thank you so much for jumping on and being flexible with this because I had started this. It was a week ago. It was my birthday, right? And I thought,
Well,
you
happy
know,
belated birthday, by the way, bro.
hey, thank you so much. Appreciate it. And, but that's not why we're here. The thing that I wanted to talk about is I use music like you use artwork. You
Yeah.
know, we were talking about panic hands and some of the things. And so walk us through some of the things you're working on because it's fascinating. I love it. And I just wanted to highlight you and share you and your talents, man.
Well, one thing I want to thank you for having me and letting me be a pirate and let me hang with you, man, while we talk about all things flow. Basically, that's kind of what it is to me. You know, we met, and I was pretty much like the flow therapy guy. Like that's one area of flow, and then I got gifted an iPad by my folks, and then I found this program called Autodesk Sketchbook, and I just went to town because when I was a kid, the first form of flow for me was drawing. Like anything that I was into, man. I was into baseball. I used to play baseball, so I would draw baseball dudes. And my dad would always say, "Man, I remember when you were young and you would just dial in and like 2, 3 hours, man. That's my gig. Like I'm zoned in, just in that flow." And so it brought it back when I got this iPad. I would sit there and get lost 2, 3 hours gone. And I'm just like, this is another form of flow because we just try and keep on flowing. Like flow in the verbal sense
Yeah.
will engage one part of the brain. Flow in this other drawing sense will engage a whole nother part of the brain. And then you add in panic hands where I'm getting to tell a story, trying to shine a more positive light on anxiety. And now we have me using my voice to narrate what's going on. So that's a part of flow. And then
Uh-huh.
you also have the drawing and the other creative side. So then you mash those together. And then it's more of like, it's like art therapy, voice therapy. And it's just like, it's just all of these ways, as you said, to keep sane, man.
Yeah. I really, I mean, even from an early age, I was beating on pots and pans and things like that. I had to keep moving, you know, keep my hands going.
Right.
And like I said before the show, is really, you know, my stick people are tragic. However, I have picked up a brush and some ink and art and you know, I've actually made some artwork in the past, you know, oils
Ooh,
and acrylics and it's more like my music is. It's more flowing. It's more just my stuff.
right.
It's not. If I couldn't draw a horse to save my life at this point in time, you know, if I practiced, and I don't give anybody any kind of discounts on what is they're capable of doing, because I think it's important for us to all understand that we all have the capacity to do something if we want to put enough time in it.
Right.
I personally, that's not what I find that is enjoyable. However, music to me is the same exact way of artwork is to you. It's my sanity check. And so on my birthday last week, I made a decision. And I've been struggling with this kind of thing. It's like I need an outlet just to for myself, just for me
Right.
to figure out what I need to do.
Right.
You know, I'm a caretaker, and you know, working with mom, and you know, working on client work and all these things. And it's like everybody wants something,
Mm-hmm.
and the next thing I know is, well, I just need something from the creative process to an outlet.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like you know what I've seen you do. And so talk a little bit about panic hands and the project that you're doing now, because I watched a couple of your videos. I love the process. I love what you're doing, and I could probably bring it up. And then I'll come back to the project that we did, the collaboration we did,
Okay.
and share it out. So
Okay.
just kind of give people a little bit of a snapshot.
That's what's up. Panic Hands has been the story that I've had in my brain ever since I started to battle with anxiety. And so basically there was a point where I got sick for a while last year. I think when we had first met, I was still in a pretty rough place, man. Like I was trying to figure things out. I was trying to find my purpose most of
Yeah.
all. Um, Moved out to a different to my own place, which I've got now. So that brought me some mental clarity. And so one day I was sitting at work and but there's been a moment lately where the panic hands start to come in, and the panic hands are like this, as I say it. And I think everybody experiences the panic hands because that's a moment where you're gearing up for something, or you're about ready, like life. Your whole body is saying, "Okay, man, we're getting ready. Something's about to change, and we got to get ready for it." And so I said to myself, "Hold on, I'm getting these panic hands." And at first, it started with a word, and I was like, "Okay, panic hands, okay." And then I started thinking, "Wait, but what if we could turn this into a positive? What if we could have a superhero where it's a little boy and he finds like these power gloves and some kind of mask. That's what I've got so far. And these
Yeah.
gloves power this aspect of it. They take
Yeah.
the shakes, and then all of a sudden you put the hands in the gloves and the shakes, and all of that afraid, nervous feeling starts to be your superpower. And I'm wanting it to be where his power is like things shake up. So I don't know if he's actually going to be able to shake things up like in the physical, or he's going to be able, like, I want to be to do something where you kind of can move energy around, because once you can start to recognize those panic hands even in yourself, you can start to use it and go, okay, how can I use this energy and
Yeah.
start making a positive influence in life rather than trying to hide it? Like, because I would, we all do this and go, oh God, my hands are shaking, oh that. But it's like, no, man, let's power this up. Like, this is like, I'm hulking up right now, man.
Yeah. Focus that energy into something a little more productive than stress, right?
Right. And so that's kind of where the comic has been. So I've been drawing this story. Right now it's in the backstory. Like, literally these images are popping into my head. So I draw the images in my brain and boom, I get them down. So that's
Yeah.
one way where my imagination, it won't stay up here anymore. It'll get down on the paper. And so then it just comes kind of like square by square at this point, and I'm just telling the story as I see it in my brain. And then we're gonna get into the point right now. He's dealing with this dude, Damien, and he's part of this bully troop that we all know. And I had to like take go into my memory and take what I've seen around in like movies and shows and go, okay, who are the biggest bullies? Like, what are people gonna recognize most? And it's like those jock dudes in Letterman's jackets. And I was like, okay, so they're gonna pick on this kid. He gets an apple core thrown at the back of his head, and then the bully is literally being like, he wants nothing else than to just make this kid, Charlie Euphrates, that's gonna be his
Cry.
name, cry. Because that's his MO. Because this bully, as we all know, with bullies, they are hurting as well. So instead of trying to make someone else's life better, they want to bring them down to their level. It's almost like, I want you to experience like the pain that I feel. So here we are doing that right now, and that's our relationship right now. And
And I
so,
love that. I love that effort, Devin. I just really, and I don't know about you, but I think from the fifth grade all the way to high school, I think I was in a fight about every week. Just just helping to protect somebody or protecting myself. And it was,
right, yeah,
and it's just one of those things that everybody has an experience of some kind at some level, And so it's so relatable. I think it's really important for us to believe that this is relatable, and it's really important for us to understand that, you know, you don't know what somebody else is going through. So
No.
why just pick on them just because you can get a reaction? You know?
Right. Or why bring your pain to their life, man? Like, and I really wanted to embody, like, some people are literally on the verge where maybe getting yelled at, or maybe getting, like, something is just gonna make them snap, and it's gonna take them over the edge. Like, you don't know what it's gonna do. You don't know where anybody's at. So it's like, as one of your hashtags is, kindness. It's all about kindness. It's free. It's
Yeah.
it's the way to be, rather than trying to, you know, do the other. And so, like, it's like, be kind, man. Be
Yeah.
kind.
Smiles are free. Kindness is cool. Just, it's
Exactly.
that simple. It's
Yeah.
that simple.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I saw a guy I went to pick up groceries this morning at the grocery store, and I saw a guy taking in shopping carts, and I said, right on. Yeah, right on. Good for you, man. It's like, do something
There you go.
simple. It doesn't take anything. You're going that way anyway.
Right.
So shifting gears a little bit. So what do you expect or anticipate you're going to be expanding this into? You're just going to follow the journey where it goes, and just kind of see how far you can take it?
I think that so there's going to be a point where I actually have to create an outline and tell the story, like, and I need to make it a seamless story, because when you're dabbling in comics, it's not only is it going to be one comic book, it's going to be another comic book. So it's obviously going to grow to the point where it's going to get macro level. Right
Yeah.
now, I'm in micro level because it's doing wonders for my mental health.
Yeah.
Doing wonders, again, for flow sake. But right now, my focus is literally to get 6 pages drawn, because I went on. Dark Horse is a comic company here in town, right here in
Hmm.
Portland.
Yeah.
And if you can get your synopsis together, and if you can get the story together, and you can give them 6 consecutive pages of a comic, of an idea, then you can pitch it to them as an idea. So
Yeah.
that right now is my goal. Like, I don't know if it's going to be these first 6 pages that I'm drawing, but it may be en route. But I figure, let's get full involved on this journey from the get. Like, I could even, I don't know technically where it's going to go, but I also know that if people are there on the ground level and they're like, man, I'm invested in this right now. So then it's like, when that Panic Hands comic first comes out, people are like, man, we've seen the videos, we know the story, we've been there every step of the way.
We're invested in the outcomes.
Exactly. And so I'm like, let's just go for this ride. That way
Yeah.
we can all vibe. Like, if everybody vibes, and then more people come and see the show, they're like, oh, dude, drawing dudes back again. Let's watch this episode and see what he's gonna do this time.
I love it. I love it. I think, and you have to, well, nobody has to do anything really. Ultimately, we have a choice.
Right.
And I believe that it's really, truly a gift to be able to share this with the world. And I'm so excited. Angie's here. Happy Easter Pirates Sunday. Woot woot. All
Woo!
right. Awesome. Happy Easter Pirates, Nick Gimmel. Donna Dunn's in the house. Thank you. Happy Easter.
Happy
And
Easter.
I just I was excited when I saw, the Panic Hands and the episode that you had that I watched, and it was just really encouraging and enlightening for a lot of reasons, and it hit me hard and it hit me deep, and I just encourage you to go on and support it, and if I could support it, more than happy to do so. But
I appreciate it, man.
yeah,
Yeah.
so music, flow therapy. So give us the backstory. That's the other side of the
Oh,
equation. The
man.
chapter of the Book of Life is so amazing. We can actually turn a page and write some new
Right.
stuff and new material. And you've been doing flow therapy for a while. So give us, for those that may not have met you yet or don't know who Devin James is, tell us who and how flow therapy is for and what it's about.
So flow therapy, I'll give you a backstory even before flow therapy came to be. That way you know how flow therapy came to be. So I
Okay.
used to do this brand of hip hop. It's called swing hop. So this is mashing up big band stuff and hip hop. Boom, right? Because I like the big band sound. Big band is that nostalgic, like it reminds us of a time back when, like there's there's musicality in big band stuff. So I was like, okay, how am I gonna flip? I went to my music makers at the time, and I was like, can you guys flip this swing sound into something hip hop? So they did it. And I'm like, how am I going to get this sound out to the world? So all I did is I went on Facebook and I go, let's hit up the subculture of pinup models out there on socials, on Facebook, whatever. And I'm
Uh-huh.
going to ask them if I can use their pictures because I need a way to visualize, to put it out in a visual format. So I edited just, it was like moving picture shows, and it would be my music and it would be these models. Boom. So first one comes out, I had like, I don't know, 10. And then the second one comes out, I think it blew to like 25. Third one comes out, 33 models were in there. And then the fourth one comes out. So here I am picking up steam, right? Boom, 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 boom. But here's what I'm realizing is that the last year that I did swing hop hardcore, I was like, I can't get down to the depths of who I am because this is just popcorn. It's cotton candy. Like, yeah, I can
Yeah.
talk about chasing 50 skirt, sure. But at the same time, who is that when it comes to me, really? And so
Right.
I was doing stuff and like I did 3 different shows with pinups on tour, and it's this like traveling kind of throwback to the USO shows. Man, it's a really incredible show, and I was doing that. I was in swing hop. That was my game, and I was like, I can't do this anymore. And then I was like, okay, we got to flip the script, turn it around. Man,
Uh-huh.
I was off socials for a while. It's almost like I don't know. You reach that breaking point where you're just like, okay, I need to recalibrate myself. And so
Yeah.
recalibrated, and that's when flow therapy started. Like I started writing poetry about all that stuff that was harbored right in here, and I started just putting it out there. And I would do videos of it, post it out on Facebook, anywhere that. And now that I'm here on LinkedIn, I've got LinkedIn following. People know me as the flow master, flow therapy dude, and so it's just different stuff that's actually more relatable. Like if I'm going through something, most likely somebody else is going through something as well.
Always, always. And the beautiful thing about it is some of the work that you're doing is offering the opportunity for others to collaborate with you because it's really one of those things that you kind of come in and you collaborate with some folks and you meet some people and you do some things together or you're engaging with each other and people come and go all the time and
Mm-hmm.
it's really amazing to me that if you could touch someone for the moment that they need it and have an opportunity for to share something that they need and helps them,
Yeah.
what better magic can you have than that? That's the magic of music for me, and that's what I love the idea of the pirate broadcast and the
Mm-hmm.
pirate syndicate, and showing up and building systems and promoting and producing results for other people and helping them see their light and their gift, and
Yeah.
anything I could do to shine the light on you and share what you're doing is brings me happiness and brings me joy. So I have gratitude in that. And we met earlier. For those that may not know, I actually created a track early on. It was like I hadn't been in music for a long time, and it was like I created something. It's like, yeah, it's not really flowing. it's like, it's like, you're right. It's like, yeah, let me get back to you.
And
So,
then that was what, like that was like last year,
yeah,
and then you're like, oh man, I got this track, so I'm back on music, and I got this track, and so then I can't even remember. Like, let's see here, you hit me with that track. What was it? Friday?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know.
Yeah. Because I was like, oh, dude, okay, I need this. And then I'm like, give me the MP3. I'll record something to it. And then Friday, because, you know, with flow therapy, no matter what the format, spoken word, music, it's just like, it's whatever's right here. Boom.
It just lands, doesn't it? It's like, here's the moment. This is what's going to happen, and good or bad.
Exactly. And so it's just like, you just take what's in here and you go, whoosh, and you just throw it on the track. And then that to me is what, again, that satiates a whole nother aspect. That's a whole different form of flow when you're just like, okay, we're going to put this to music and I'm just going to take this and bah.
It's cool. It's cool. Joseph's here. Happy Easter all. Hello, Kenneth Dunner Jr.
Hey, Dunner.
Kenneth. Devin James. Great story on how flow therapy started, my friend. I love the story, and I just, highlighted the things that are out here. Great person to have on and share their own story, Russ. Absolutely, positively. I remember very clearly, I don't know how we connected, or I think we just got on a Zoom session, and you were in your car, and I know it was a rough day for you, and we were like talking and going back and forth, and I dropped a few bombs on you, but...
You did. But see, in those moments, like, you know, even the way flow therapy works is like, okay, so a conversation like we had, you get bombs dropped. You know, like, I know I had to make a change, and you had some gold nuggets that you just gave to me. Like, and, you know, as a person who cared, like, you saw the struggle was there, but then you just take that and you just take that and you can sit with it. And then you just watch it mold, and then it starts to come out, and then action starts to happen, and man,
it's
save
cool.
The flavor, Kenneth.
Saving the flavor.
That's my dude right there.
I love it. Randall Constant, saving the flavor. Awesomeness in you, sir. You know, the beautiful thing about it is, do you want to share it? Do you want to play it right now and share it with everyone?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do this. Let's see if we can do this.
Let's do this. Let's rock.
Let me see if the master can master this. So, here we go. Now this was created in the last week. I created the track. You took it. You flowed with it. You put some therapy into it and cut, edit, and produced it. So, thank you so much, man.
Man. Let's see if we can get this one.
Let me know if the volume's all right.
Sounds good.
Cue the sirens, word of warning. I went through a spell while I was ornery. Then I just sat in it, and I felt it. And I'm mad that I'm 3 years from 40, and I'm still looking for my purpose. Maybe I'll find it in these verses. Maybe my timing isn't perfect, but I'm worth it. Below the surface, still searching. I ain't done yet. Man, the writing's on the wall, but it isn't in cursive, it's in capitals. I got my back to him saying just go for it. Where's your capital? It's the human type. Do the math, then I'm gonna take action and add, not subtract from in addition. I'm in the system, not insufficient. I'm killing the game and sleeping with the fishes now. Let me get my wordplay. I wanna take it from one day to the first day on that day. I'm thinking it's the third day, cause it's like this ain't even a work day, y'all. Hopes and dreams and aspirations gotta go full time, not half. My patience is wearing thin, then I haven't made it. Now that being said, now I have to make it, so let me roll the dice and throw them right in the goals of life. I'm not gonna pull the likes of fabric such as wool over the eyes. I'm just gonna rhyme my set like I'm Dolomite. Let's simplify and be full of life. I hate the negativity, it's killing me around that language. I'm a foreigner. Cold as ice, man, I'ma get it. I got it, and man, I've been in denial that I am sick with it. Living in the clinical closet, but I am coming out booming. Sky high, like where the sun is about noonish. Heating up like an oven house soon is. Right now, and every time I run my mouth, tune in. Man, we going old school. I love affair. Like Mario
Like
and
Mario
Princess
and
Toadstool
Princess
with hip hop.
Toadstool.
Can't stop, won't stop. This ought to cut like a
cut
disc
like a
jock.
disc
I got my fist
Got my
propped
fist
up.
propped up.
Going sky high like a
Sky high
lift
like a
off.
lift
Not
off.
gonna sell myself short like a rip off. Listen, elevator pitch off. In fact, give me a minute like a wristwatch. Then I'ma duplicate and post it up on TikTok. I gotta flow through the motions. Oceans and oceans, emotions are holstered and posted on the corner of the wall like a poster. I'm forming on the boss, a composer. On the walls of my thoughts are upholstered like that song with balls you get closer. I gotta know them and talk to them full circle overt. Definitely not covert, but it's my turn to go first. Yeah, it's awkward to not know your worth. Put it near your ear like sideburns. The soul search is never over. Like soccer, the goals worth ass to a win if you rack 'em up. But you gotta stick out your chin, not back it up. It's the age of spin. What happens next? It's up to you. Have you had enough? And have you had enough?
Woo!
Ripping it, man, ripping it.
Lay it down strong.
So I want to know, because there's a lot of people that we're going into the next one here.
Oh, I think this is just the beat. This the beat?
Yeah, that's just
Yeah.
the beat, which is actually longer, and I appreciate
Yeah.
the fact that you cut it down, and it's like, okay, cool, awesome. Because I get it on a roll, and I'm like, okay, 6-minute songs are really not.
What's funny is that usually I take a piece of music and whatever people give me, I go, okay, I got to flow that long. Because of the time constraints, because it was a day, and because I literally kind of ran out of flow gas, I was like, I can't turn this into a 5-minute song, man.
I wouldn't expect it, man. I wouldn't expect it.
It still
I'm just
would've been
doing. I'm just
Italian.
doing my own flow. I'm just bringing it to
know.
the table, and you
right.
filled up the dishes, man. I just really loved it, and I just really wanted to let you know that I appreciate it. I also, as part of my experiment in life here, and some of the things, I do the pirate broadcast every single morning, 5 days a week.
Boom.
So that's a commitment, and that allows me a lot of great conversations to take place, and I get to meet a lot of awesome, epic people. Kenneth, Randall, Joseph, Joe's been on here. You've now a pirate. Nick is Angie's been on. I mean, a lot of great, amazing individuals show up in the community, and that's what it's really about. Is how can we create something that people enjoy and appreciate, and also gives us something to really unleash some of that creative energy from.
Yeah.
So I anticipate we could probably do this more than once. What do you think?
Dude, let's keep. You sent the other one. Like, I'll even you can cue that one up. I've got 4 lines written, so I'll just throw those out there, man. But I've already got it. Like, I'm pretty because this one, the name of the beat is called Gratitude. And so I was writing, and I already know that the writing is going to be not only gratitude for what you got, not only gratitude for the good things, but also gratitude for the challenges, for the things that kind of make you who you are. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, let's play that. Because I think it'd be good to get some vibes out of this and really have people appreciate what it could be, right?
Right.
Kind of understand the process too. So.
Yeah.
And this is a long song, so we could talk over the top of it. Because
I don't know if this is. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to flow for the whole.
No.
This.
Take 2 minutes, and any 2, just pick them.
All right. Yeah.
You got a tool you can edit with, so.
Well, on that one, I was just like, all right, we're just gonna fade it out right there.
Yeah. I have no expectations, man. I just created this because I can.
Yeah.
Like a string.
This one's good. I don't know if this one. I think you might have the volume down on this one, or is it too low? I can't.
Oh, let me see.
Oh, it's still there. Uh-oh.
Is that better? Oh, let me share it again.
Okay.
I know what I did. Hold on. Now it's going to be too loud.
It's gonna come in hot, as they say.
Hold on. Let me turn it.
All right.
I'll get this dialed in. I don't do this every day, so.
You're doing fabulous, bro. You're getting
So
it.
I'm going to share this.
Okay.
Can you hear that now?
Yep.
Kind of slow drives.
Yeah.
Gratitude doesn't always come all at once, you know?
Yeah. And when it's flowing, like, it makes your head go like this. Oh.
So anyone in the community, if you're listening to this, check it out and let me know what you're thinking, what you're feeling, and support Devin on this.
I'm grateful for the challenges. They make me what I am. Life is hanging. And addicted. Like, got that. So,
Got that?
making this one, where was your head at? I wanna know this flow side.
Where was my head at?
Yeah.
Deep in the groove, man. Deep in the groove. Just like I just get this. It's almost like meditation for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now you're just like, beat will going along, and then you'll just go.
What else do I hear? I do all this in one take.
Dude. Whoa.
Yeah.
So with this,
Your audio's cutting out.
uh-oh.
I don't know why.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
It just sometimes the echo cancellation.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because I'm
Is that better?
yeah.
You know, it's so interesting to me that we have this ability to create something from nothing. You know, and discover this piece of the puzzle. And I'm using this on an iPad. I create this on an iPad, so it's my iOS style. Because I thought, well, if I want to do a project, I want constraints and limitations on what I could do.
Right.
So I'm picking up a few pieces of the puzzle, learning something along the way. So if I do this for a year, what can I learn in a year? And what can I produce in a year?
Dude.
Doing a track a day.
I think you're going to be unstoppable, man. By the time 365 tracks are done.
Yeah. I have to imagine that there might be a few that might be worth keeping. So if you could contribute to that cause.
Oh, dude. You can hit. Let me hit like 50 of them. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. And I selectively made it a conscious effort to decide. I made a decision to do them all at 89 BPM. So.
and that's a good, just pretty sure that most Dr. Dre songs are at 89. It's always been
Yeah.
a range of like, you got this 89 kind of like the,
A lot of tracks are a lot faster. They're like 130, 140, and I know it was the year my son was born, so I thought, like a little homage to that,
yep.
the whole effort. You know, it's like, okay, a couple of pieces of the puzzle to just keep my sanity intact,
Right.
and maybe make sure that I could do something with a little bit of joy and appreciation, gratitude even.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Lock it in at 89 and then just roll out.
Yeah. So that's a constraint. iOS is a constraint. I'm creating a kind of a framework for the structure, you know, just like you found the art program that you have, and you decide, you went all in and you learned it, and it's like, okay, this is what this is the tool that I will create with.
Yeah.
It's kind of the same thing. I'm building my assembly of tools that I would use, and it's a lot of loop based. So now I'm going out and I'm doing found sounds and then creating my own loops. So
that's awesome.
Because I have probably 15 years of audio collected already, and loops and different tracks and everything from all my stuff that I've done in radio. So
then you just go
Yep. So it's just so a lot of it is how I want to assemble this into a final product that makes me
right.
Yeah.
Cool process, man. And yeah, there's something about the constraints of something, you know, like if you have infinite possibilities, or if you had like a whole studio, you have musicians like at your disposal, it's like sometimes you wouldn't even know where to start. Even now, if you've got constraints, it's like, okay, what I'm gonna do is start here, I'm gonna lay this piece right here, and then we're just gonna build boom, 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 boom.
Yeah. And now it fades out.
Boom.
Boom. Crazy time. The reality is that we have, I believe everyone has a gift and a message and an opportunity to share something special with the world. And, you know, when you could find somebody else that is excited about something that you can contribute to, or you can actually say, hey, I made this thing. You want to do something with it? And it's so cool. It's so amazing. And I think in the next 5 years, we're going to see a lot more of that. A lot more collaboration is going on. You're seeing online music making. You're seeing a lot of people doing remote broadcasting. In fact, Moby, I was just listening to an article on, or a show podcast on Moby, and he was actually recreating a track that he did years ago. And he goes, when I did this, I just did it in my apartment. I was like lonesome. I was sad. I created this track. And he goes, now to watch it with being performed with a symphony orchestra is insanity. He goes, it's just incredible to me to think that could take place, that could happen.
Right.
And he just started out as a simple DJing in New York, doing his thing, you know, and so the sky's the limit.
It really is. I mean, once that pivot point of like, I'm all in on this, like, it's got to be that way. I mean, a lot of us, I myself, like, you know, there's a fight sometimes. Like, you know, I go to work, you got one version, you come home, and then it's the complete other version. And so there's a way, I feel like, you can fuse them, or you just keep at the thing that you just know. Like, this is where your hands go without even thinking about it. It's like when I come home, the first thing I'm going to do, once I get settled in, I'm going to reach for this iPad and I'm going to go, okay, dude, here we go. I'm going to pick this pencil up right here. Boom. And so, like you said, I feel like everybody they got a flow. They got something that's pushing them to be like that. That's the purpose in life.
Donna Dunn says that was really cool. Yes. Meditative music.
Yes.
I create music I want to hear when I'm working.
Yeah.
It's like I might as well, you know, it's like I want to listen to this certain kind of music, and I don't always get to find it. So
right.
It's just that outcome that you think about, just like, you know, Panic Hands is. Like, man, it excites me. It gets me excited about what is possible and how much you can help with that. Because there's so many people that struggle about anxiety, and if you could take that pain as fuel for your future, you know, that's a very powerful transition in focusing that energy into, you know, hands.
right?
So
Just taking the panic hands, man, and
yeah,
just letting them loose. You know, they're there for a reason. So it's like you might as well use them for going up rather than going down.
yeah. Have life happen for us, not to us.
Right. Yeah. Shake things up, man. Because you know
Yeah,
that's what happens. Like you get this thing. It's just like the thing where you said, okay, man, I got to start making a track a day. There was something inside you that said, okay, this is how we're going to shake things up. We're going to start making music and we're just going to do it because that's how it has to happen. And then you're like, okay.
all right, doing it. Yeah, and there's, you know, life is busy, and you know, there's probably, you know, sometimes we distract ourselves with things like that, and I think also we need to be patient with ourselves and say,
We
hey,
do.
what is it that brings me joy? What slice of life can bring me joy for a moment that I can just check out and do this for a little bit?
Right.
And
Yeah.
I just really appreciate it. So what's the next step? Where do people find you on your journey here? And YouTube, what's the best place you want to go have them check out, man?
Let's see here. I do a lot of stuff on LinkedIn. I mean, I post usually what I post. Well, I can't say that. LinkedIn, there's more, but they can check me out on Facebook. They can go subscribe to the channel, especially if you want to follow the chronicling of Panic Hands. Check
Yeah.
out the YouTube channel, and that I don't even know how I can get it to people, but go find.
Well, I'll put it in the show notes.
Okay. Yeah, go to the subscribe, and then you'll get videos. Try and drop a new Panic Hands episode every week, Wednesday at noon Pacific Standard Time. And so that's kind of one of the things. Like with you in the pirate broadcast, with you and making music now, track a day. It's like when you commit to something and then you just keep doing it, and
Yeah.
that's, you know, even if it's just that, then it's gonna go somewhere. It's gonna go somewhere you don't
Yeah.
even know.
And here's the beauty of it is, for myself, I'm not concerned about the outcome.
Mm,
I am interested in the journey. I am
right,
interested in improving my sanity, maintaining my integrity in how I actually commit to a track a day, and how I can actually continue to practice, take baby steps, learn one new thing, learn
right,
one new session, and improve incrementally every single day. And just in the last week, I've made some changes in the way my workflow puts together, so it makes it easier to create, and
right,
also the idea that if I could start stressing about the outcome, then I'm looking at the wrong. It's the ego talking. It's not the
right,
curious. Because I'm
right,
curious in what I can do. So it's not the
right.
education. It's the ego.
Yeah,
So
I think that's sometimes where we get caught up. I remember a friend telling me this word called. She's like, "So, man, like, what, you know, I'm seeing you and you're so focused on the future. It seems like you got destination anxiety." And I'm like, "Oh shit, I do," because like that's sometimes, you know, you get lost in why you do things. It was like me in music. When swing hop got out of my control, I lost the reason why I did music, why I started that thing in the first place, because then
yeah,
it wasn't mine anymore. Now
yeah,
it's like the guys who created the music are like, all right, man, now we have to have, like, we got to have a slamming video, and we got to have this, we got to be doing these once a quarter, and I'm like, yo, I can't. All right, no, we got to strip it down. Like, I got to get back in my control,
my
and
life is not my own. Yeah,
that's where I was like, okay, flip it, and then just start on the process. Like, again, like you said,
yeah,
when you take one step, like one step, that one step, that's all it takes.
yeah. once in motion, an object will continue to stay in motion.
Yep.
So, and that's not to say that we can't decide to make changes. You know, you took something as far as you could and made a decision that it was no longer yours.
Right.
And when you start doing something for other people that you created to be creating for yourself and in your own goals and ambitions, it definitely has a different effect and impact on it. So
It does. Like, yeah, it'll affect, like, whereas before you did it as therapy, now it's like, okay, it's obligatory now. It's like I have to do this. And now it's not me, it's others. And so now it's not even really coming from here, it's coming from out here. And it's like, this is not where, no. So then you revolt and you just go, no.
Not anymore. Not anymore.
No.
Oh, this has been awesome, Devin. I really appreciate it. It's been a pleasure. It's always great to connect and hang out with you and doing the things you're doing. And I look forward to supplying you with an abundance of tracks at 89 beats per minute.
Dude.
So anything that you shows up in the track in SoundCloud, just tap me on the shoulder and say, "Hey, Russ,
All right.
can you send me a copy of that?"
Yeah.
I'd be more than happy to accommodate. And then we
All
can
right,
jump
man.
on. We could jump on some Sunday fun and talk about it and recap on what it is and who's involved and
Heck
the motivation behind it. So feel
Yup.
free. And there's a lot of artists out on LinkedIn, and so I suspect that we could probably do a lot with many of them. So
No, like it again. The sky is the limit when you're saying, "Here's what I got. Show me what you got," or just boom, like let's create for creating's sake. Like that's where this became such an organic thing. You were like, "This is me. What about you?" And then we're like, "This is us, dude. This is us."
yeah. Well, the beautiful thing about it is, hey, see what you can do with it. Take it and run with it, man. And that's what I'm saying is when you are too tied to the outcome
Oh,
to see what is possible beyond our imagination, that's when the magic happens, man.
right. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah. I love it. I love it. Done. Russ the Connector.
Boom. Connecting.
Connecting, making those connections. Love you all, and thank you so much. I want to wrap it up. People are having Easter and Passover and a lot of great holidays, some maybe even sports. I don't know what's going on today, but I appreciate the fact that we got to hear the magic of music and flow therapy with Devin James.
Thank you very
Thank you
much,
so much.
Russ, for being you, for having me on the program, and for just being one of those people. You just hit me up out of nowhere, and you're like, "Hey, man, check this out." And then we kept going, man. It's that connection thing,
Yeah. All right, we're going to check out now. Go on about your day. Like, comment, share, do all the social things that make it wonderful and make it happening. And, do what you can for yourself today. Do what you can for your friends, your family. Reach out, connect, have a conversation because, you're only one conversation away. And the pirate already checked out. So.
Done. It was like, bye.
Bye. I love you, brother. Take care.
I love you too, man.